Okay, so I got done with the cat. Got my hose all pushed in for now. So I came home to help Jake get the ejector out of this thing. And it was a bear. Especially now that they got these wear strips on. So he's finished welding them on. Okay, so I've been pulling the rear starter lines out of the scraper, and they were spliced once before they went in the bowl. That's a cool connection. Anyway, I want to show you what welding inside the scraper bowl does to stuff. It just cremates it. So you know, it's a miracle it didn't short out. Anyway, this doesn't have a retarder back there, but this would have been the retarder line, and it's been smoked right there. Good. She's toast. She's been warm, so that's why I'm really concerned about the main wiring harness that runs through here. So it looks like they've tried to put something over to protect it. I don't know if that goes all the way up through the can, but when you weld on them inside, if you leave all those cables and hoses and stuff in there, man, you can end up with a lot of problems. Either that or you just got to be really careful on the heat. Most important thing to do is steam clean all the dirt out, or you can just run water in there and let the water soak up in the dirt. Or just stick the hose in there and let it dribble, which will keep things cool as long as you don't have water dribbling out somewhere all over where you're trying to weld. But we're getting closer. Jake has got the wear strips put on. These are 3/8 AR 400. He's got them all tacked on, and then this side he's got fully welded front and back. He's got to do the other side, and then we've got to take this thing, get a hold of it, and tip it up on its face so he can do the underneath part of it on the bottom one. Otherwise it's going to come off. So we had a heck of a time yesterday trying to get that thing out with those wear strips tacked on there. Anyway, this side was hitting the cutting edge, so I had to dig a slot under there to get the impact wrench on it and undo that cutting edge and let it flop to the ground. It wouldn't be bad if the side ones were wore like the center one, but it isn't. So that one right there is a 19-inch drop center. Basically what that is it's a 657, 651 center cutting edge with a 3-hole. It's a drop center. And you basically, I think you have to cut one hole off each side to get it to fit a C model. Anyway, they cut like crazy. You get hard panning stuff, you can really pound through it with these big drop centers. Drawback is they ain't worth a hoot for finishing. They leave ditches everywhere they go. So anyway, I gotta get the steam cleaner and clean this hole out. get my brake cables in, or not brakes, starter cables, and then they got cut off here because this tube was so smashed. We just had to cut everything off, hoses, everything, and Jake put a new pipe on here. So one of these is the retarder, which we don't use because this engine that's in here doesn't have one. The original power pack that's laying over there by the van trailer had a retarder, the old school kind that had the retarder cooler up behind the radiator. Anyway, so we just hacked it off, and then the other one is be the rear throttle. Don't know which one's which, but I'll figure that out. So I have to decide whether I'm going to fish a new line through there for a retarder or just fish it through and run it around here and up and plug it, and then you've got a spare for either your brake line, which is this one. This is the air. That's the air that releases the rear brakes. The ones that supply the tank, emergency, and the service breaker over on that side. And so I've just plugged this one to keep the dirt out of it, but it's got brand new lines, brand new pipes in both sides of the can. Anyway, can't wait to get her done. Filthy horror right again. Mr. Griff's burying a bone. You get it buried? Good boy. Those are like a 7/16 bolt, which they're not going to fit through there, so either got to drill this out or just go to a 3/8. I think it's kind of crazy. So they've got that's a 5/8 head on that end, 11/16 nut, which is pretty common with cat. A 7/16 cat bolt will be 11/16 heads. Everybody else will be 5/8. So that's probably a cat nut on the Brand X bolt. Gots to figure out the length I need to cut this off at. So that, let's say right in there, give me plenty of length. This is a finer wire battery cable. It's an SGX. I think they make an HGX. Anyway, it sticks in my mind that SGX is a better cable because of the finer strand wires instead of the coarse ones. More like welder cable. Okay, now get out the Nimbus 3000. Yeah, I know. What are you barking at? I'm busy. I can't come play with you right now. So this is my smaller hydraulic crimper. And this one will work good for these flat ends. You're not going to get it over a 2/0 cable and or get it over a battery post end. So I've got I got a great big one that'll go over those. And I kind of screwed up. I bought the small one first, then realized it wasn't going to work for some of the bigger stuff. So anyway, I've got them both. Works good. I mean, if you're doing If you're doing small ones, it's awesome. Tough to get in places. It's just nice to have a smaller one. Make sure she's on good, and then go to jacking. There we go. She's on there. One down. One to go. Get this in. Oh, she's. Look at that. Oh, Jeff. I think that needs crimped harder. Jeez. That ain't gonna work. What the heck? It's not supposed to do that. Well, at least I found out early before it was too late. Might have to. Yeah, see, that's all the way down in my die, and it ain't got it down good. So either I gotta crimp it twice. God, what do? Use a 1/0 die? So that's not getting her down tight like Tiger. I should get it way tighter than that. Okay, let's figure out what we're doing now here. Wonder if I used a 1/0 on it. Ooh, yeah, that'd crimp it down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think Mr. Griffey got mad and left. Corgis are very demanding dogs. They think that they need your full and undivided attention. Well, even that pinched it clear down till the die's touched. Holy moly. Man, it's hard to get it over it. Come on. There we go. Suppose that's tight? Yeah, that's tight. That's tight like Tiger. Well, that sticks that die on there. Wow. Well, it's not what you're supposed to do, but apparently it's the only way you're going to get them on there good and tight. So, time to go get some shrinkage tube. Okay, so I got it taped up, and I've got the ends in here, and now I've got some clamps that go on the battery cables here to hold them in place. And I'm hoping, I don't know if I'm gonna get this one on or not. This one up here maybe, but no, I don't know about that one. Don't know. So I got 43% battery on this useless GoPro, and it says battery's low, keeps turning off. So this is the clamp I'm putting on up here for these cables. I'll see how long the camera runs again. Stupid GoPros. I think I'll buy one of those Chinese. Okay, let's see how long it'll go again. It'll sit there and power itself on, not turn off, but it will not run. So this will be another 10-second video. Alright, so now, okay, so this is where it goes down through the bowl, and you've got to have a tie down here to hold it so it's not going to rub a hole and everything. But this hole's kind of looks a wee bit messed up. I might have to go get a tap and see if I can run through it before I can get the bolt and the clamp in. So yesterday I was running that steam cleaner through here, that long hose, and I blew out this great big long starling nest, and then this morning old Griffey has to come out and roll in it. So now he smells like bird crap. Yeah, he said something about noon, so why don't you just climb back, tell him to come out?
I tried, he didn't answer.
Oh, alright.
Anyway,
I'll let him know.
alright.
See ya. So Matt has placed those big rocks in the hole, and he's now ready for Jake to come drive the truck and get some stuff done. So every time I post videos of the 336, I constantly get all these people telling me, you need a bigger bucket, you need a bigger bucket. Dude, it's the factory effing bucket that came with it. It's 2 3/4 yard. That's what they come from the factory with. If you, I don't know how many times I've told this story, but I guess I gotta do it again. So the gals at my dealer, the girls is how that one guy put it at my dealer. He says, well, they always order everything heavy duty. Yeah, well, they're girls. I hate to say it, but you know, my dealer and Caterpillar seem to be all about diversity, and they are now woke as shit. Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, so they got girls ordering the equipment at my dealer, and they obviously don't know shit from Shinola. So they ordered that 336 with a long reach boom, and then the longest stick that will fit on a 336. And then they put the 13,000 pound, ordered it with the 13,000 pound counterweight on it. Well, you're not supposed to do that. If you're going to put a long reach boom on it and you're going to use the longest stick available, you need the big 15,000 pound counterweight. And that's not how they ordered it. And the reason is because the 15,000 pound counterweight costs more money, and the frame and the mounts on the back are heavier. That's more money. And so when I made my final payment on that thing, Cap Financial sent me a customer satisfaction questionnaire, and they wanted to know how I liked it. And I said, well, I love the machine so far. I've had no trouble with it. My only problem with it is it hasn't got the big counterweight on it. And I said, you need to stop dealers from being able to order equipment that isn't equipped right. And I said, I have a YouTube channel. People see this excavator, they see how tippy it is. It's not good advertisement for you. Just stop the dealers from being able to order machines with the longest reach boom and stick and the lightest counterweight. So I get a call from their sales manager in Idaho Falls, and he wants to know what to do to make it right. He says, do we need to get the bigger counterweight? I said, sure, if you're paying for it. It's like 30 grand or something ridiculous amount like that. So yeah, they weren't paying for it. So there's the problem. You ain't putting a bigger bucket on it till you get a bigger counterweight. It ain't happening, because you can't get nothing done when you're on your head all the time. So I'm using these Deltec straps. I can't remember who sent them to me, but man, I want to thank you for these. These are awesome. So I can't remember if you sent me the tool to really tighten these up or not. I gotta go look. If you didn't, I gotta get one. These are the best cable ties ever. I mean, these beat a zip tie any day of the week. So I gotta get this hose out and run it around over here, and then go get some more of these. but I can make my own. He sent me a small bag of these deals that you stick them up in. Anyway, this is awesome. I'm assuming that you could put something in there and release these. I don't know. I don't know that much about them. I need some direction. And it showed something about doing this, but I don't know. I don't know how you do that. I'm stupid. I'm a virgin when it comes to these, but I like them. They pull down tight just by hand. And they're so wide, and I don't know what this is. If it lasts longer than a Chinese zip tie, I'm in. I'm all for it. Okay, so he's pre-made these. He's cut the strap off and stuck it in the end here. And it's got some metal deals in there that grab a hold of it. So I just take them and put them around here, and you shove them up through the hole. So I looked in there. I don't know. I think that gun was expensive. If you sent me a gun, I gotta find it. I gotta get one if you didn't. But everything was laying on the bench there, so I don't think you did. Anyway, I really appreciate you sending me these. These are awesome. I mean, they really pinched down tight. So I can only imagine if you had the gun to pull them down, what they would do. They are awesome. And he pre-made all these so I could test them out and use them. Anyway, you have to cut the ends, kind of round them there. I don't know how you did that on a grinder. Or that really pulls them down. That is tight. That's cool. Okay, so I'm gonna put one more here. I put a lot of them on here, but problem with these hoses is they take a beating moving around and then going up and down with the can. I want them to stay put, so you can never have enough hold down, Jeff. Okay, so been busy doing other things. Finally back to work on this old girl. Got the front cables all done. Looks like I overestimated on the amount of length I need here by a significant amount, by at least a couple feet. But you know, I measured it in sections with a tape measure. I'd say I did fairly good. I could actually just let the excess hang down there. Well, that's too much. So I gotta undo this stuff and then figure out what I need. JW down to Pioneer Equipment saved my butt. He found me the 90-degree ends I need to get those cables up there and get them on. He found 3 of them. I don't know where he found them because they weren't in the boxes when he first looked, but went around the shop and he found me some, so thank you, JW. So first thing I'm gonna do is undo that crap and get a length on it. So let's do that. Don't know if I told you how I did that. So I wrapped 42 feet of this in 2 wraps. I strung this thing up over the man lift. Had half of it on one side and half on the other. I was up on the man lift, and Mrs. Jpaydirt was at the bottom with this stuff running around the cable as I wound it on. Anyway, took quite a while to do all that. I didn't miss it by much. That was it. Could have been worse. Could have been way worse. Except I didn't get it on the line where I wanted it. Doggone it. Should have got that out of the way. Do it again. Do it again. Okay, these are the ends. They're 90 degrees, so when I go in there over the stud, they come in on an angle like that. So when I crimp these on, they have got to be correct. They cannot be off to the Joneses. We got the 1/0 connector in there, and that's probably what I'm going to use, because experience on the last one told me that with this finer strand cable you need a pretty wicked ass crimp. So it's released, tighten that, and then let's see, how am I going to do that and hold it tight and all that? I don't know. I got to get that through there first, then get that on there, and jackets a little. All right, so that was done with a 1/0 crimper, and that's got it where I need it. Yeah man, yeah man. So this one's, see how much bigger it is, and then it's got this will come out, so you could get it over some kind of big globby end or whatever. But this baby here will do, good lord, up to, what the heck is it, 500 MCM. It'll do some big stuff. So full year, 1-year warranty. They're not paying me to say this. I wish they would. Maybe I should call them. Anyway, up to 1-year warranty, no restocking fee. Temco Industries, temcoindustrial.com. I bought this off Amazon, off their Amazon storefront or whatever, or just Amazon. That's where I got it. So once I get this cable done, I got power to the back, I can get this rear engine started. But first I've got a return fuel line here that's rotten, and when you pull on it you can hear it hiss like it's sucking air back into the fuel system from the tank. Alright, where do you want this? Probably about like that, so it don't interfere with anything. With this one first, like that, and then this one, probably need to crank it around here a little, like that. There. And then, but first, I wonder if I can wind this protective stuff back on or not. It's gonna be a job. Kind of needs to be back on there for sure, so we don't rub a hole in it. Oh, there goes my shin. Oh, that throbbing pain. Oh, it's as good as an orgasm. Oh. Ah. You're such a weenie, Jeff. Weenie. Weenie alert. Okay, so I think that's about where I need to be there. Can't get a box on there for the hoot. See, if this was a regular battery setup, you'd have motor running. But where this is not, this has got a big, great big, heavy solenoid up there on the firewall. When you turn the starter switch, it sends 24 volts and umpteen hundred amps through this cable, whatever them batteries will put out. Kind of like a welder. I believe this to be a finished product. Now all I need to do is put a zip tie around this to hold the weight off of those terminals. And I know where to find the perfect retaining device. Oh, you don't even know what's going on over here. Forgot all about you. So this return line, had to cut a chunk off of it. So I have cut a chunk off of it and I am tightening the clamp back up. You missed a lot there. You missed the 10 best methods for cutting a hose off. Number one is use a sharp knife. How to repair a return fuel line by Jpaydirt. God, I just charged $29.95 for this stuff, huh? Would you guys pay $29.95 to watch me do this? I sure in the hell don't make any money off YouTube. YouTube takes 45% of my ad revenue. 45% leaves me with nothing. And then to top it off, I've discovered if Mr. Griff is in a thumbnail, I get paid double the CPM. That's the cost per mil. So basically what they pay me for every 1,000 views, my cost per mil goes up double. So all I got to do is have Griffey in the thumbnail. Like when I was working on the D9, you know, they're all community safe picture or thumbnails. There's no naked women, no sunshine girls, no violence, no blood, no guts, just a picture of a D9. And those would get 10 bucks. 10 bucks. I get 10 bucks for every 1,000 views. And if Mr. Griffey was in the thumbnail, I got 20. Go figure. Explain that to me. YouTube, you got some explaining to do. Okay, so what do? Do I dare go put fire in the hold of this? I'd like to. I tell you what, I think I should. I think I'll go start the front motor, because you've got to have oil pressure. The oil pressure switch has to be shut in order for the rear start mechanism to work. So let's just go start the front one after I put my screwdriver away. Somebody wanted my service truck tour. Here's my toolbox. Here's my first aid kit. Wrenches, bolt bin, yeah, stuff. There, how's that? I'll show you the torch cabinet in a while. All right. I should have had that ejector in by now, and I should have had the apron in. But I was busy doing other stuff today. Confidential. I can't talk about it. It's confidential. Doing a lot of confidential stuff. But you'll find out later, okay? I promise I'll tell you what I'm up to. Look at that, Tier 4 final. Torch cabinet. Grinder discs, funnel, bolts, hydraulic rams. Oh, fire extinguisher. Miscellaneous rusty cat ratchet, Pittsburgh 1-inch drive sockets, puller, flares. Oh my gosh, look at this. I've been looking for you. Holy moly. All this, I took all that hose out there to the site in case, and I had hose up the wazoo. I need to make a hose for this fuel return line. and I thought I was gonna have to go buy some hose. Good thing I did a service truck tour for you. Okay, let's see what happens here. That motor hasn't run in 2 years. 2 years. So, I kid you not, I did not preheat the globe plugs. I have not started this in over 2 years. Over 2 years, and it fired off like that. So this is not a 3306, this is the Forerunner. It's pretty much like it, other than this is what they call the old scroll fuel metering system. And I think they basically call this a D333. So it's a lot like a 3306, but the water pump setup is totally different. And then, as you can see, they put the oil where you put the oil in a very sensible place where it goes in no problem and you don't spill it all over. Whereas the 3306s are up here on top of the water pump and it has to run through those gears. It's a small slot, you can't pour it very fast. I like this one. Anyway, it's a good running little motor. So I got to get it warmed up, change the oil, and then I've got to go buy some charcoal door screen. You can see the remnants of what was left in here. Oh, so the camera rudely died. So this is the crane compartment. You gotta turn the switch off. That's the power to it. That's where I keep all the chains and this stuff, slings and whatnot. These are where pipes and bars and sledgehammers go in the bumper. Same thing on this side. These are all my O-rings, electrical stuff, all that kind of stuff. I got cat O-rings, and then I think that's a yellow silicone, and this is another yellow silicone. And then somewhere in the shop, I think I've got a cat AC O-ring kit. I think Dean Schatz or somebody sent me that. And then that was my bolt department. You've seen that. This has just got chemicals, hand cleaner, Big Bertha, 3/4 drive impact. All my bolts. There's 3/4 drive chrome socket set up there.
How much to Griff? How buddy?
So, after much fight today, I got the battery cables done. I've got the ejector in. I got the ram hooked up. So tomorrow morning, I'll finish getting the shims and the rear tail rollers and run the ejector back. I think I might have to trim just a little off the bottom right there. I got the rollers all the way up. I got good clearance on that side, but I have nothing there. And you can see it's rubbing the floor right there. So get the side rollers adjusted. Put the trending balls back in for the apron, and then go get the apron and see if I can lower that big sucker in here with the service truck. I wouldn't think that apron would be any more heavier than that ejector. Wouldn't think, would you? Anyway, I was just shocked when that rear engine fired up the way it did. It just went zoom, took off. Absolutely amazing. After sitting 2 years, I didn't even heat the glow plug. Just cranked it over and it fired up. That's just insane. Anyway, I need to put this inside. I don't want to leave that out all night. Need to get the steam cleaner put away, but I may not be done using that. How much to Griff? Did you find a bone? Oh, you got a bone. Way to go, buddy. He's ready to go. He wants me to come sit on the lawn with him in the chair and while he chews his bone. That's all he wants. He wants like cuddle time with Jeff. I got it. He comes and gets me in the office when I'm working on a video. That's why I'm up till 11 o'clock, midnight, trying to finish a video, is because he wants me to come out on the couch and sit on the couch while he chews on a bone. And I do it. I do it because he's a funny dog. So he had his bed in Tammy and I's bedroom. You got a bone in there? You ready to go home? Ready to go home? Let's go home. Anyway, he used to sleep in our bedroom in his bed or under the bed. And he slept on my side and I had to smell his farts during the night. Sometimes they'd wake me up. They were so awful. Just gag you. But after this 4th of July and some lightning storms, so watch this. I'll turn the key on to roll the window up and he's gonna go nuts. Anything with an internal combustion engine, he's all over that. So anyway, he goes downstairs now. So he'll be in my office, laying on the floor asleep. And then when I get up and I say, let's go to bed, Griff, he takes off and he just goes downstairs. And so we've moved his bed down there. Anyway, it's kind of weird. He just goes down and goes to bed. Sometimes he just disappears and goes to bed. And he's slept down there as late sometimes as 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock in the morning. But generally when I get up, even if it's not daylight, he comes up. I let him outside to do his thing. He comes out to the shop, buries some bones, and then he gets tired of me, especially if I got the service truck running or if I get out a hammer and start beating. He's gone right now. So he doesn't like the banging. But I think I put him in this video. He's a cash dog, YouTube. Well, Mr. Griffey doubles my CPM. Ain't that funny? A dog makes you more money on YouTube. Jeez. Has nothing to do with how many views or anything. It's just the thumbnail of a corgi. You got another bone? So I'll sit down in the chair with him and he'll be just like a pig on ice. Won't you, buddy? Yeah. Oh.